guys, welcome to another virtual Come and Taste It with Paula from Chisholm Trail out there in Fredericksburg.
So do we want to start on the wine? Does taste good. I like this one.
Yeah, I bet. So an orange Muscat is, you could tell me a little more because I am kind of new to, I know orange wine is sort of like a fad at the moment as well, but I've had plenty of orange Muscats and certainly a lot of experience with this one. But what could you tell me about the grape and sort of like the process?
Yeah, this orange Muscat was actually grown in Johnson City. So this is 100% Texas. And what's so special about the orange Muscat is the orange you can actually taste. The aroma of this one is orange peel, a light orange peel aroma. I get some honeydew melon as we go through the process to the finish, and definitely the orange on the finish of this wine. And these are my sweet wines, and we're starting with the least sweet, and we're going to the most sweet in the tasting.
So I totally smell honeydew absolutely on the front.
Mm-hmm. The orange kind of develops toward the finish in the back of your mouth.
Yeah, this is tasty. I think last week we had a sweet, like a late harvest Riesling, and just to compare kind of like that late harvest sort of mouthfeel and sort of like that sweet flavor on the end. This is really cool coming from a Muscat. You know, it's really comparable almost like a Moscato or
yeah, it is. It's very
even
much
like
that,
I
think.
Orange peel is like super subtle on the finish and just kind of really like ties it together. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, the Smartass Blush, just because I get to say ass at work.
Now this is a fun story on how I got into the ass line of wines. If most winemakers will tell you that a wine develops a personality as you go along and as you work with it, and that's how I come up with a lot of my creative names for different wines. And so an associate of mine asked me, "What are you going to name that one?" And I go, "Jackass," because that's what it was the entire time. I wanted to do one thing and it would go in another direction. So she laughed and went to the artist and said, "Just put a little jackass in the corner, and we'll see if we can get that approved." Well, he came back with this big jackass face in the front, and I go, "I love it." And what's so fun about this is a lot of people feel so intimidated about going to a wine bar and trying wine, and then they see something fun like this, and they go, "Well, I'm going to try it," and I don't have to feel intimidated by this label or this fun that we're having. So this is interesting because for the base of this one, I used a Malbec from the High Plains and blended it with some Chenin Blanc. So you get a lot of fruit in the front. And what's so nice too about this one and about sweet wines in general is the finish is so clean. I mean, it just stops. Nice clean finish.
I have not tried this one before, to be honest with you. But when you mention that it's a Malbec and a Chenin Blanc, that's super interesting. Those are two of my favorite individual varietals. So to have them blended should be really fun.
So you definitely get the sweetness in the front. Lots of berry flavors like blackberry and strawberry. Strawberry is definitely present in this one, and then the finish is so nice and clean.
Yeah, it's very nice. And it's not too sweet either, so you can still make out some of those little subtleties of the Malbec. Like I get a little bit of the soil on the finish that you'd kind of expect out of that. And then that Chenin Blanc, that excellent sort of brightness, just totally makes it a little more pizzazzy, I guess, is what I'm looking for. By far, one of our most popular best-selling sweet reds here. I mean, if we don't have it, I get hate mail.
The sweetest of the three is going to be the Ghostwriter. And so I prefer to make Ghostwriter with Merlot. But if something happens and I can't get the Merlot, there's other grapes that will work. This particular one is all Syrah.
Oh, cool.
It is all Syrah from the Texas Hill Country. And so this one always has a lot of fruit flavors like blackberry and strawberry, and it always has a hint of cinnamon. But from the Syrah, that cinnamon on this one is really, really outstanding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I first got into the wine business, I wasn't going to make any sweet wines, but one of my retail outlets said, make me a sweet red. And I go, no. And, but the Merlot that year came in a little, well, it had rained. It had rained just before harvest. So I was looking at it and I said, I can't make a big Merlot out of this. And so I said, fine, just put it in the press. We'll make that sweet wine that she wants. And it's been pretty much paying the bills ever since for 18 years. Another difference between a lot of sweet wines and mine is the alcohol is pretty much at 12 and 13%. A lot of the sweet wines are much lower in alcohol. They can really taste the cinnamon and kind of a Jolly Rancher finish on that one. And then the reason that I came up with the label, putting the red wine right into the press, to me, that was like the ghost of the wine, where I would, make a deep, dark Merlot. And so I thought, okay, what can we do that reflects that and is Western at the same time? So Ghostwriter it became.
Yeah. Paula, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it so much.
We love supporting you, and we love that you support us. So cheers. And
cheers to a better year.
To a better year and more wine drinking for sure.